Can you see me?
Hello?
Can you find me?
Is anyone there?
Behind you, look.
Welcome to the Cantina Podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of La Cantina Podcast. It's super great to have all you guys listening. I'm here with the amazing Tony.
Hello. What's up?
He's a little bit tired today. He's got that new Papa feel going.
Oh, dude, you have no idea.
I have an idea. I had two of them.
Yeah. I just want to apologize for not having an episode. What was it, like last week or whatever?
Last week, because somebody was in the hospital having a baby. I feel like that's a pretty good reason not to do an episode.
Yeah, so my bad. You're not getting the really big jolly Tony right now because I'm just sleep deprived right now.
Hey, that is A-okay. I think me and everybody else gets it.
Yeah.
I feel like I got enough energy for the both of us right now.
Yeah, dude. Like I told you, you're kind of taking over this one because I'm coming back a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Slowly, but surely.
Well, I am very excited about this topic that we have today that I'm sharing with everybody. It's one that I've done some serious research on. Not that anyone can see, but I have a notebook filled with all sorts of things that I found.
So what'd you find?
Well, I found a couple scary stories.
Yeah, because you haven't told me anything about it, so I'm going to be as shocked as these people.
No, I have told you what this one is.
I have dad brain right now, so I don't know.
All right. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and get right into
Yeah,
it.
just get into it. These people want to hear these stories, so.
Just imagine with me for a little bit. Try to picture this.
Okay.
All right? You're walking down a dimly lit street, late at night. You're heading home from a friend's house after a party.
Oh, done that before.
As you're heading home, you notice a bright light in the sky. At first, you think it might be some sort of star or an airplane, but it starts to move erratically across the sky.
The ghost light?
Or the ghost light.
Oh.
As it starts to move erratically across the sky, it's going up, down, side to side, vertical, whatever, you name it.
Mm-hmm.
You see the light, and it starts to get brighter and brighter and brighter. Until finally, it's right above you. Then, you wake up. In the same manner that you notice the light, but the light is gone, you have a strange pain in your right nostril. It could have all been in your head, or it could have been an alien abduction.
Or it could have been a lot of blow.
It definitely could. It could have been a lot of blow.
Imagine that, just some aliens abduct you and like, oh, come do some cocaine with us.
Let's go get fucking lit, dude.
Yeah, I do not advertise anybody to do that.
Yeah, don't do that. That's a bad idea.
Disclaimer. We do not...
But the main takeaway here is topic today is alien abduction. I'm super excited about this one. I'm pretty pumped.
I can tell because you just stopped my old rant.
I know. I nixed that one. I want to get on it.
All right. That's I have heard about that though. The whole like when they abduct you like shit.
Yeah. Well, and we'll talk about that today as well.
All right,
actually.
Well, hit it with me.
All right. So I got my first question for you, Mr. Tony.
What's crack-a-lackin'?
Do
baby?
Do you believe in aliens?
Fuck yeah, I do, actually.
Nice. I think that it's very possible. I think that's more possible than ghosts.
Yo, the government said that there's fucking aliens out there.
Yeah?
I'm just saying, bro. I believe. I've seen some shit.
Yeah?
Yeah,
well, that actually leads into my second question. Have you ever seen something that you thought could be aliens?
Yes.
Enlighten us.
Well, like, not face to face, I guess, but like, you know how you were saying in that story that the light and the beam and all that shit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know how I've told you guys that I have an uncle that I'm going to bring on the podcast? I just, like I said, I had a baby, so...
Oh, yeah. Plans went to shit.
Yeah, my plans kind of hit the wall right now. Like, everything got on pause, but I still have that story with him that I'm bringing, or that podcast that I'm bringing him on. And we were in his backyard one time because he liked to do cookouts and shit like that in the summer.
Right.
So like they would go late, dude. They would go to like 3, 4 in the morning, sometimes even 5, just like bullshitting, like the family being together or whatever.
Mm.
And one of those days, after the barbecue, we did s'mores like we usually do, like with the campfire. He told us scary stories and shit like that. And we all just kind of stopped and like looked up. Like everybody did it, like just kind of taking it all in, I guess.
Right.
Like a core memory just kind of happening.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, my aunt and my mom, I think my uncle, they're just like all looking up. Like we're all looking at stars because it was the one night, because we live in Utah where it's like, well, we live in a town where it's really populated. It's not like Wisconsin.
Oh,
or
so
like,
you're
you know,
getting like a lot of light pollution.
yes,
and stuff.
yeah. So
Oh.
you get a lot of light, but that night, like, everything seemed really dark, so you could really see the stars.
Huh, okay.
You know, and one of those times, like I see it, my mom sees it, everybody sees it, and we're just like, "Do you guys see that?" And it's just like a light, and it looks like a star because it's high as fuck, like a star. And you know how
Oh, yeah.
an airplane, you can tell when it's an airplane, right? Because we're like, "Oh no, that one's an airplane," but what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And you can see that it just go forward, stop, backward, stop, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, and then it just kind of goes back. And as we're talking about it, we're like, "What the hell?" And it just shoots, just like takes off.
Oh, wow.
And we're all like, "What the fuck?" Like everybody just had to like, "Okay, what was that?"
What was that?
Ever since then, I did believe more that it's like something like that is possible.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I actually have a story as well. So Shaylee, my girlfriend at the time, my wife now, I was heading to her house, and it was pretty late at night. I think it was around midnight or so. So I'm walking down the street, and you know, in Gunnison they have street lights, but they're pretty dim. So and it's not in the city at all, so you can see the stars every night.
Yeah, so like Gunderson sounds like, from what you describe, it sounds more like backcountry. Like
Oh yeah,
small
yeah. It's a
town.
very, very small town. I think there's actually more cows than people out there. I'm convinced. But anyway, I'm walking late at night, heading to Shaylee's house, and I'm looking at the stars because if you know, for you guys that don't know, I love astrology. I love space. I've always been super obsessed with it. And I'm picking out, like, I can see Orion's belt, I can see the Big Dipper, I can see the Little Dipper, you know.
Like all the constellations or whatever.
Yeah, all the ones that were out at the time. And all of a sudden I saw a little light in the distance, and I'm like, that's weird. And I thought it was like Mars or Venus, you know.
Yeah, because you can see those sometimes, right?
Yeah. So I'm sitting there looking at it, I'm like, that's crazy. And it got bigger and bigger and bigger, and all of a sudden, I thought it was coming at my face. Like, all I saw was a big flash of light, and it was bright enough and close enough that I ducked and hid. And I look up, and there's nothing there. And I was like, okay, it's time to go. So I ran all the way, and I was only, a block and a half away from Shaylee's house, but I ran all the way there.
Damn.
Oh, I was freaking out.
Dude, I'm telling you, I was freaked out when all that stuff happened in the backyard, and only imagine you in a smaller town, because I've seen, since I moved over to Wisconsin, I've seen more shooting stars.
Oh yeah,
it took me off because over there it's more country than anything. It's more empty roads, not that much light, and I'd always get not spooked, but I'd be shocked and damn, that's a shooting star,
Oh yeah. See, and that's one of those things also that I can neither confirm nor deny that what I saw was some sort of UAP, which stands for unidentified aerial phenomena, for anyone who doesn't know. Or it was, some sort of shooting star or something. I mean, who knows? It could have been anything, but the fact that it got close enough and it was bright enough that I was ducking and thinking it was going to hit me, that was enough that I was like, okay, that was pretty creepy. But what got me the most was the fact that I look up and there's nothing there.
Yeah, the things that you can't explain. It's usually what scares you the most.
Exactly.
You're what the fuck?
No, and I don't mean I was ducking and hiding for, 2-3 minutes. I mean, I ducked and immediately looked up. Because I want to see what's about to hit me.
Yeah.
Because if I can get out of the way, I'm gonna get out of the way. So yeah, that ever since then, I was like, you know what? I think aliens are a possibility.
It's definitely a possibility, especially now that the government came out and said that, you know, that press conference that they held or whatever the fuck, like earlier this year.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like it's not classified anymore. It's like out there, like, yeah, aliens are fucking real.
Oh yeah.
But it's just crazy because, like, you think about it, dude. What, 20 years ago, 23 years ago? No, yeah, like 23 years ago. Like, we didn't really have fucking all the shit that we have now. And
yeah.
I think you're telling me that right now I can't live without my phone. Like, I rely so much on my phone.
Oh yeah.
That, like, it makes me think, well, what the fuck was I doing before my phone?
See, and that's one of the things that makes sense as far as like supernatural stuff goes. Is, you know, back in the 1920s, they don't have smartphones. They don't have a way to record, like, hey, what the hell is this thing in the sky? Mm-hmm. It's just, hey, I saw this thing one time, and that's it. Mm-hmm. But nowadays, I mean, you take a photo or you take a video, you send it on Facebook, you send it on YouTube, Instagram, whatever it is.
It starts blowing up.
And all these people are seeing it. I think that's why there's so many UFO sightings now.
That, and that's like you said, back then it was just like a word of mouth. You know, like he said, she said type thing. Yeah,
exactly.
That's crazy, dude.
Now, this actually is a good segue into my second question for you. Mm-hmm. What is the definition of an alien? What would you identify an alien as?
I was going to say something, but I don't want to say it now. An alien is like what the fuck is it called? It's like
extraterrestrial
being, right?
Yeah. So, what would you identify an extraterrestrial alien as?
Something not of this earth. Because they have explanations to everything, like animals, people, and shit like that. But like, there's some shit that they don't explain.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That's what they're considered aliens, no?
Yeah. So the best definition I found is a creature or life form from outer space. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, yeah, I agree with you. Something that's from space that they can't quite identify as long as it's breathing, alien.
Right.
And not even that they can't identify. If it's like microbes or, you know, some sort of multicell organism, that would count as an alien. That's the starting of life. That thing is a living creature.
That's the more you know.
Yeah.
Like I had an idea, like a general idea of it, but I don't know. The thing that kind of like opened my mind a lot to like aliens and the possibilities is that movie, The Fourth Kind.
Oh yeah.
That movie's fucking wild.
Now, speaking of that, because of that movie, what do you think aliens look like?
Dude, it's because like you have like the whole like the where everybody thinks it's green, big eyes, small body, skinny.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like looking at it now, what if it's like lizard people, you know, like
more humanoid.
Yeah, like they can look like you, they just have like different, like maybe like in a phone, like their eyes go weird. Because have you seen those things? Like,
I've seen those videos. Yeah.
So that's what makes me think like, okay, maybe it's not like, oh, this fucking creature. Maybe they can blend in and make it look just they can make themselves look just like you and me. Like for all I know, you could be a fucking alien right now.
Yeah. Well, what I have for you, and
legally, you have to tell me. Are you an alien?
No, not that I know of.
All right, cool. Are you AI?
Yes.
All right, I thought so.
Boop bop.
All right, guys, I'm about to kill Austin. I'll talk to you guys later.
It was great being your guys' host. So, I have a few descriptions of aliens as well as pictures to go along with them, describing kind of what they think aliens could look like on different planets. So the first one I have is your run-of-the-mill alien, a small gray humanoid, about 3 to 3.5 foot tall, with large black eyes, a pointy chin, and very thin bodies. You know, your run-of-the-mill
alien, like the whole Roswell type shit.
What you think an alien, or what most people think when they think alien. Now, the other one is if we were on an icy world, and it's in our solar system, in an underground ocean, this alien could look like a crab-like or squid-like creature with a flat head, very large black eyes, so they can see, and long, kind of jellyfish-esque
Arms.
tentacles. Now, I have that picture for you
I can see it, yeah.
off my source,
Oh, shit.
which is the Daily Mail.
And we're going to post these stuffs on Instagram, too. So,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Or our socials and stuff. So you guys can get more of an idea.
Yeah.
So go look up the podcast Instagram. I think it's La Cantina Podcast _ and then we'll have it all linked out and stuff like that.
Yep, I like it. Now, the second one I have for you of the description of what an alien could look like. So on a world with low density atmosphere, this alien could look like a giant fly with large red eyes and very, very large wings.
So basically like a giant mosquito, basically.
Yeah. Like this picture here.
Yeah, like a giant mosquito.
Exactly. Now that we've kind of discussed what aliens could look like, or what we think they look like, do you think aliens are here on the planet today?
Oh, dude, hands down, most definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my personal opinion is I think it's very possible. If there's intelligent life that has visited Earth, there's absolutely no reason that they wouldn't be here.
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, sometimes I think that we're like on their game show and shit, and they're like, oh, let's see how we can fuck these people up real quick.
Yes. Now I have a bit of an interesting one for you that I think you're going to like because I'm pretty sure you've heard of this one. But have you ever heard of the flying Tic Tac that the U.S. Navy pilot captured footage of?
Yes, I actually have.
Awesome. So you've seen the videos.
Yeah, because so like for all of you guys that do know me or are starting to get to know me, I watch a lot of like paranormal shit and like shit like that. Like right now, I'm on the fucking Chucky. I'm on the Chucky series, bro. Fuck that little guy, but
nice.
That's a good show.
Mark
if you guys
Hamill.
Watch it, yeah.
In the remake, Mark Hamill was the voice. I think he did a very, very good job.
Yeah, dude, it's a good show. But going back to what I was saying, like on Sci-Fi, I think that's a TV channel.
Yeah.
They have this thing called Fact or Fake Paranormal Files or something like that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's where I saw a lot of that. I think they had that footage of the Tic Tac thing that you're talking about on there, and they tried to debunk it, and it didn't. And I think they ended up catching some shit too.
Oh, that could be interesting. Well, because of that Tic Tac event, I actually have a little article here talking about it that I'd love to share with you. So, it reads, one of the report's only substantial conclusion is that the craft encountered by the military objects that showed unusual flight capabilities, which means they did not fly like a normal plane. They were not created by classified programs such as the U.S. government or the Pentagon. The finding jibes with statements previously made by Luis Alonso, I'm not sure how to say that last name, the former leader of the Pentagon's Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program. He spoke to NPR in 2017 after the release of a previously classified video was taken by a camera aboard the U.S. Navy FA-18 Super Hornet. And these are direct quotes from the pilots. They say, look at that thing. Earlier, the same pilot remarked that they might be seeing some type of drone. There's a whole fleet of them, the other pilot said. And my gosh, the first pilot replied. So these guys, and if you watch the video, they very obviously don't know what's going on. Like, I don't think they're trying to fake anything.
Right.
But discussing the footage in an interview with NPR, Alonso confessed that he didn't know the origin of the craft. Alonso said, if you're asking my personal opinion from here, look, I've got to be honest with you. I don't know where it's from, but we're pretty sure it's not here. Alonso said, now, does that mean it's out there? Whether or not it's Russian or Chinese inside, or little green men from Mars, or frankly, your neighbor's dog, I wanted to personally steer away from that because I wanted to focus on the truly raw science of what we were seeing. And did it pose a threat to national security? And that is the article, my good sir. Now that was the most recent one that I could think of that really put everybody into a stir.
Right.
So,
Because
what are your thoughts on it?
I don't know, like I said, it's just especially like being a pilot and stuff, because I studied for all that stuff. I mean, you don't really know what's up there.
Yeah.
Like we said before, like we have technology now that we can just pull out our phone and like record something.
Oh, yeah.
And it could have always been here. We're finally at the age or the day and age where we can actually find evidence and prove shit, you know?
Oh, yeah. Well, and the thing is, too, these pilots are trained for this sort of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing random stuff out there and being like, what the hell is that? They know how to deal with that. And the fact that these guys are like, what is that thing? What do we do?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that speaks volumes for me.
Yeah, dude, because there's a lot of shit out there that you just don't know, you know?
Oh, yeah. And because of the Tic Tac thing, it made me think of a very, very famous alien-esque incident.
Roswell?
Roswell.
Oh.
Exactly. And I actually have a little story about that as well.
All right, hit it.
At some point between mid-June and early July 1947, W.W. Mac Brazel found a wreckage on his
Ranch?
property. It was a ranch, yes, in Roswell, New Mexico. About 75 miles north of Roswell, several flying discs, is what they were saying. Stories had been appearing in the national press, which led Brazel to believe that the wreckage was alien in nature. He brought a piece of the wreckage to the sheriff, George Wilcox, who got the attention of Colonel William Blanchard, the commanding officer of the Roswell Army Airfield. Blanchard later released a statement which reads as follows. The many rumors regarding the flying discs became a reality yesterday when the intelligence officer of the 509th Bomb Group of the 8th Air Force was fortunate enough to gain possession of a disc through the cooperation of one of the local ranchers and the sheriff's office of Chaves County. God, I don't know why I can't read today.
Oh, it's all good.
The following day, the day after they made the statement, the U.S. Army reversed themselves on the flying saucer, stating that it was actually a weather balloon. To further prove this, Major Marcel of the U.S. Army had pictures taken with the debris of the weather balloon. Air quotes. Now, my question for you is, which side of the story do you believe? Do you think it was an air balloon, or do you think it was an alien aircraft?
No, I believe... Hold on, my bad. I believe it was an alien aircraft because there's so many people there that saw some shit. There's so much reports
Oh, yeah.
of people seeing different things.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure it wasn't. I mean, like I've said before, and I will always say, like, it was just a cover up. They're always gonna try to cover something because there's this guy, I forgot his fucking name, but there's a documentary about him on Netflix, or there was.
Yeah.
I forgot his name. He was on Joe Rogan. Like, I guess he worked in Area 51.
Yeah.
And like he started like seeing shit like that, and the
Oh,
government
wow.
the government fucked him all up.
Oh,
I have to bring
Jesus.
it back some other day.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
I forgot his name. But I remember my cousin Severo. Shout out to you, Severo. But he was like showing us all that stuff. It was like Alex Lazard.
Oh, Alex, what is it, Lazaro or something?
Some shit like that, yeah.
Yeah,
That, like
yeah.
the government, like he studied at Harvard and all this shit, and then like
Yeah.
one day like erased all his shit.
Yep.
Yeah. I have to get more information.
Yeah, no,
on
that dude works, I think it's on Project Albatross, I
Mhm.
believe.
Some shit like that.
Yeah.
But like, dude, they have the power to like wipe everything away.
Ugh.
Like, damn, government could wipe away all my fucking debt.
Right? Now, leading into the second part of this, do you know what an alien implant is?
Haven't they said like where like supposedly like quote unquote, right? Where like they say like something happens to Biden or some shit like that, and then like they put in a dummy. that what you're talking about?
Not quite. Not quite. You're on the right track. Not quite the idea I'm going for. So, in ufology, alien implants is a term used to describe physical objects allegedly placed in someone's body after they have been abducted by aliens.
Oh, okay.
The claimed capabilities of the implants range from telepresence to mind control to bioelementary. And bioelementary is akin to humans tagging wild animals for study. So it means aliens are tagging us to track us.
I actually heard something like that on a podcast that I was listening to. Like this guy, he's like a Hispanic guy. I think it's called Goose Goodies podcast, and he had someone talk about phenomenons like that.
Yeah,
and he said that there was a story that some lady like got pregnant. And like she was like full on pregnant or whatever, and then like at the end of it, like she didn't keep the baby, and everybody asked where the baby was at, and she said that she gave it to the aliens.
Oh, what the heck?
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like,
Did she get in trouble?
no, it was like in Mexico.
What the heck?
Yeah. Just speaking about this stuff, it's like bringing back. It's always bringing back like stuff that I've seen or heard.
Yeah, that's
and
fucking
that
nuts.
story, I have to go back and listen to it again and tell you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that she had like that she would give out babies and shit like that to the aliens.
Huh.
And
How
I guess
about
it's just
that?
like there's like this whole thing that women do that. Like there's some women that actually do that. Same thing, like because in that podcast he was talking about like that aliens or UFOs or whatever tag you.
Right.
So if you see them once, like they'll come back. Or if it goes like generations, like because I guess the guy that he was interviewing.
Okay.
His somewhere along the line in his family line, like his grandpa saw it, and then his mom saw it. So then he saw it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was like just going down like the tree of people like that. It was like destiny or some shit like that. He had to see some shit.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
It was crazy when you were saying that. I was like, oh shit, like what if it is true? Like, you know, like
Yeah, no, it very well could be. Who knows? Now, I also have a story along with alien implants that kind of helps explain a little bit of both sides.
Mhm.
So, according to Peter Rogerson, writing in Magonia magazine. Sorry, that was a hard one for me. The concept of alien implants can be traced to March 1957. Long John Nebel had a radio show interview with ufologist John Robinson, where Robinson recounted a neighbor claiming to be kidnapped by aliens in 1938 and kept subdued by small earphones placed behind his ears. Another one is Massachusetts resident Betty Anderson. They claimed aliens had implanted a device in her nose. During the supposed alien abduction in 1967, first publicized by Raymond Fowler in his book The Anderson Affair, a Canadian woman named Dorothy Wallace claimed a similar experience in 1983. In later years, the claims of authors like Whitley Strieber, would popularize alien abduction ideas in general, including reports of unusual implants associated with abductions. John E. Mack wrote his book, Abduction, Human Encounters with Aliens, that explained a 1.5 inch to 3/4 inch thin wiry object given to him by a 24-year-old woman client who claimed it came out of her nose following an abduction experience. California potty artist Roger Lair also claims to have removed alien implants from patients. According to skeptical investigator Joe Nickel, supposed alien implants appear to be ordinary materials such as a shard of glass, a jagged piece of metal, and carbon fiber. The objects are often found lodged in extremities, such as toes, hands, and shins. Nickel cites Israeli Teaching Hospital department head Virgil Priskew's opinion that there's no mystery implants, explaining that normal objects picked up during a fall or walking barefoot often become surrounded by scar tissue. So that's kind of the two sides of that story. So there's some doctors that say no, and there's some authors that say yes, and these people that say that, yeah, we've had implants inside of us, which would be interesting to say the least.
I mean, dude, you never know.
Yeah, I mean, all it takes is one account to be true.
Yeah. Because maybe like the other ones that are saying that it's not true just hasn't, they don't really believe in all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They're like more shadowed or more closed-minded when it comes to those things.
Yeah. Now, are we ready for the official story that I'm going to be sharing with you today?
Yeah.
All right. I'm super excited to share this one. This one, I think, popularized UFO abductions.
The fourth kind?
Yeah.
Good old Alaska, bro. Some weird shit happens over there. All they have is mountain and salmons. Salmon.
Yeah. All right. Are we ready?
Yeah, go for it.
So this part is titled, it's multiple chapters. I just picked the chapter that I like the most. The Hills saw strange lights pursuing their car. Now, these people's name is Betty and Barney Hill. They were a married couple. The Hills road trip was spontaneous. A well-earned break Barney decided the couple needed. As explained in the Intrepid Journey in 1966 book, they collaborated on with author John G. Fuller. Barney worked a grueling night shift at the post office, driving 60 miles each way. Betty's job handling state child affair cases was no easier. The little free time the biracial couple had was devoted to their church and activities related to the civil rights movement. After 16 months of marriage, Betty and Barney saw this trip through Montreal and Niagara Falls as their delayed honeymoon. They left so impulsively that they had no time to go to the bank before it closed for the weekend. They got in their car with less than $70 in their pockets. On the last night of their 3-day trip, the tired couple sipped coffee in a Vermont diner to recharge before driving back. Barney figured if they pushed through, they could beat the wind and the rains from an approaching hurricane. They left the diner around 10 p.m., estimating that they would reach their red-framed house in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. at the latest. As they drove, a strange light in the sky gave another reason to hurry. At first, it looked like a falling star, but grew larger and brighter with each mile. Barney, an avid plane watcher and World War II vet, was sure that they had nothing to worry about. It's just a satellite, he reassured Betty. It probably went off course. The light seemed to move with the car as Barney steered down the curving mountain road. The light zigzagged, ducking past the moon and behind trees and mountain ridges, only to reappear moments later. Sometimes it seemed to move toward them in a game of cat and mouse. It had to be an illusion, they thought. Maybe the car's movement made it seem like the light was moving too. Curiosity overcame them, and the couple pulled over at road stops and picnic turnouts to get a closer look. Through binoculars, Betty saw that the white light was really an object spinning in the air. Barney, she told her husband, if you think that's a satellite or a star, you're being completely ridiculous. He knew she was right. Barney had an IQ of 140, noted Fuller in his book. Barney was also a pragmatic man who wouldn't give flying saucers a second thought. Oh, sorry, that's a quote. Barney was also a pragmatic man who wouldn't give flying saucers a second thought. Remembered his niece, Kathleen Marden, in her work captured the Betty and Barney Hill experience. The night was too quiet for a helicopter, a commercial plane, or even a military jet with a hotshot pilot. He didn't want to spook Betty, but he was becoming concerned What was this light, and why was it toying with them? About 70 miles past the diner, the object hovered just above the treetops, approximately 100 feet above them. Barney abruptly stopped the car, keeping the engine running. He shoved a handgun he'd hidden beneath the seat into his pocket and rushed into the dark field, leaving Betty in the car. What he saw was as big as a jet, but round and flat like a pancake. My God, what is that thing? He recalled thinking. This can't be real. Behind rows of windows, gray uniformed beings seemed to look right at him, Barney recalled. He tried to lift his hand to his pistol, but somehow couldn't. A voice told him not to put down his binoculars. He had a startling thought. We're about to be captured. Yelling hysterically, he ran back to the car and barreled down the road as Betty tracked the craft. Craning her head outside the car window without explanation, loud rhythmic beeping sounded from the car's trunk. The couple felt intensely drowsy and lost consciousness. They came to around 2 hours later and 35 miles down the road. Back home in Portsmouth, they tried to make sense of the night. Barney felt compelled to examine his body's lower half, and both seemed to be aware of a puzzling presence. In the weeks and months after Betty, an avid reader, checked out books from the library discovering the Civilian UFO Group, National Investigations Committee on Aerial Phenomena, or NECAP. She also reported the sightings to the Air Force, worried about radiation. In the coming years, with Betty suffering from disturbing dreams and Barney developing an ulcer and anxiety, the couple sought medical help. The two met with Benjamin Simon, a psychiatrist and neurologist who specialized in hypnosis and a mainstream technique at the time. Through months of weekly sessions, Simon helped the couple piece together what they had happened on the vessel. A vessel landed on the Hills cars, putting them to sleep. Afterward, gray beings walked them up a long ramp into the spacecraft. Once inside, the Hills were separated, taking turns in an examination room that had curved walls and a large light hanging from the ceiling. Each was asked to climb up on a metal table. The table was so short, Barney's legs hung over the side. During the examinations, the beings removed Betty and Barney's clothes, plucked strands of their hair, took clippings of their nails, and scraped their skin. Each sample was being placed on a clear material, not unlike a glass slide. Needles collected to long wires probed their heads, arms, legs, and spines. One large needle, around 4 to 6 inches long, was inserted into Betty's belly. This pregnancy test left her twisting in pain throughout. With pain throughout. My God. A being Barney and Betty call it the leader watched from the side. After Betty's examination ended, the beings rushed back into the room excited. They discovered that Barney's teeth could be removed. Betty laughed, explaining that Barney had dentures, a fact of human aging, and the beings struggled to understand. Later, alone with the leader, Betty asked where the craft had flown, admitting she knew little of the universe. The being joked with her, saying, "If you don't know where we are, there wouldn't be any point in telling you where I am." Later, under hypnosis, she drew a star map shown to her on the ship. In 1965, the Hill story was picked up by the Boston newspaper. After that, everything changed. The Quiet Couple story became a subject of a best-selling book and a movie starring James Earl Jones. The upstanding civil servants had become celebrity abductees. Now, I have a question for you, but before I have a question, I have some pictures of what they believe these aliens look like, as well as the flying saucer and who these people are. So that is Betty and Barney, as well as a picture they drew of what the spaceship looked like.
Oh, shit.
That's a sculpture that Betty made.
Oh, like the alien?
Yeah, of the alien.
Oh shit!
And this is a drawing that I thought came out a little bit better.
Damn.
Yeah, so that's what they said that these aliens look like.
What the
Now,
fuck?
do you think they were telling the truth?
Yeah, I honestly do because the way that they were saying it, and it just kind of like makes sense to like what they were saying because I'm just mind blown because yeah, it is something true. Like like who the fuck is gonna make that up? Especially like if they're feeling some type of way and to have that because
Oh, yeah.
we tend to block out a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, and one thing I haven't mentioned, a lot of these alien abductions, they say that they can't remember what happened. They can get little snippets, but they don't remember the entire thing.
yeah, I feel like it's like something so powerful that happens to you that your mind just kind of like says, okay, like it's like traumas in a way.
Yeah.
Like to go into like a little different thing, like a little spinoff. When you have traumas, like with me per se, I have some traumas that I don't remember like at all.
Right.
Like I think from age 5 to like 8, I don't really recall my memory all that great.
Yeah, yeah. Now, counter argument, what if the aliens are the ones that are taking the memories away? They don't want you to remember.
I'm pretty sure they are because, like I said, like maybe they're causing you to get some trauma. Like it was probably too much for you to handle, and they're like, "All right, we're gonna men in black you and just
Oh, yeah. Now, my other thing about this too is the aliens in this story, at least, don't seem like they're that bad.
No, they just seem like they're basically like scientists. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're trying to learn.
Yeah,
And I mean, it's talking about like she was talking to their leader and he was joking with them. And the aliens were all excited. This dude can take out his teeth. That's fucking nuts. You
yeah,
know?
they were probably fucking mind blowing. Like, damn, these species have evolved so much, and from the look of the picture, like it was back in the day. So
Yeah. This was
You can-
1960s.
yeah, like imagine the 60s, and then imagine them now. They're just like, holy shit. These mammals or whatever the fuck they want to call us, they're like evolved so much to like, wow, look, they have internet. Wow, they have this. And who is to say that they're not the ones planting shit into
I was
like,
going to say that is a conspiracy theory.
You know,
that, aliens are the ones giving us technology.
yeah, that they're like planting it into someone or the inventor or whatever the fuck is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you never know because to look at how technology is nowadays, like you have basically like all the knowledge on your wrist with an Apple Watch or on the palm of your hand with the fucking iPhone or smartphone. Like, think about it, dude. Like, it's fucking nuts to where have we came, you know?
Oh,
To where
yeah.
we've come. And it's just like, holy shit. Like, I've thought about it. I'm like, dude, like, how is it that in the span of 20 years, we are where we are today, you know, in such little time? Like there has to be something else that's like giving us like the opportunity to like advance faster and faster.
Yeah.
Because look, now we have fucking AI. Who's to say that AI is not something that they have and they're just telling us shit that they know and maybe they can see more into the future and they're like, you know what, bam.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean,
We're like,
I wouldn't be surprised. Now,
Mhm.
I have a second part to this question because in this story they talked about going under hypnosis and that's how they remembered stuff. My question for you is, do you think hypnosis actually works?
Yeah, I mean, I can't say that I've done it, but I feel like it does work. It's a possibility.
Yeah.
It's out there that it could because do you think about it, like with therapists and all that shit, like they make you go into like the part of your brain where like you said, like it's blocked out for whatever reason, like and they help you kind of like adjust and like.
See, I think it could work, but you have to be like open and willing for it to work.
Yeah, you have to go in with like, okay, like I'm gonna just go in deep with this and see what's going on and like actually figure shit out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like the only way that it is gonna work. Like you have to. It's like with everything you do, like with ghosts, with like your mind is such a powerful thing. Like right now, I've told you like off air or off the recording or whatever. I've been in a funk lately, and when I first started this, like I was like gun ho, and you can see the difference.
Oh yeah,
and I just feel like it's because I'm in a different mindset right now.
Yeah,
where, like I have a lot of things going on, and and things like that. But I feel like if I put it in myself again, like it's all in your head and you can really come out and put your mind to do something great, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
So
Now, what would scare you most about being abducted by aliens? What do you think the scariest part would be?
being called crazy and not like what can I say? Let me get my words real quick. What would scare me the most is not the actual thing that happens. It's what happens after, like me wanting to tell someone about it and them thinking that I'm fucking crazy and like that I need to go into a loony bin or some shit like that because they don't believe me. So like I guess the feeling of not being heard correctly.
Yeah, no,
And getting-
I can see that.
Yeah, that's my fear.
I think the scariest part for me would be the getting pulled into the ship, because I read a lot of stories that talked about how like they couldn't move
hmm
and they were being manipulated by something that they couldn't see.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get that, but like dive into it a little bit more. Like say like, okay, you just accepted your fate. 'Cause that's what you have to do with a lot of stuff. Like you have to just accept your fate and go with it. Because if you think about it too much, you're gonna fuck something up. So okay, you get in your mind, accept your fate, whatever. Like think about it. Like after all that shit happens, like what if what you say and you know all this fucking knowledge and no one fucking believes you?
See, that's my thing. I don't know if I would actually like. I mean, obviously, I'd like tell you and my wife and stuff, but I don't think I'd really tell anybody else about it.
I don't know. I wouldn't be able to keep it in. I would have to say something. Maybe like maybe I say that now, but if it happens or whatever, maybe I won't be doing the same thing, you know?
Yeah, no, I can see that.
So it's just it's one of those things where it's like hit and miss. It's like a backward sword where I would accept it and say fuck it.
Yeah,
You know, and if this is what I have to do, then this is
right.
if this is part
what
of my
happens,
destiny,
it's gonna happen.
yeah, if this is part of my destiny, I have to go through this. I'm gonna go through it 100%.
Yeah,
My fear is like, what if that shit happens and I'm not believable? You know, like
see, you know what I would do though, with the aliens from the Betty and Barney Hill story.
oh, dude, I would crack mad jokes with them.
Oh, I know, because it sounds like they were kind of cool guys. I'd be like, hey, can I fly the ship?
Yeah, I'd be
I
like,
want to
yo,
do donuts in space.
can you help me out over here? Like, help a brother out.
Right? I'm in a spaceship. Why wouldn't I want to friggin'
Like, you guys
fly?
you guys can fucking test my shit out, but let me just give me the fucking
Right? I'll do
the
whatever you
beans
want me
be
to,
good.
but I want to barrel roll this thing into a fucking rock. Let's do this.
Like, let me get something out of this. Maybe that's why they're like, nah, we're good. We're not gonna go fuck with you guys.
Yeah. These human dudes are freaking crazy. We're staying away from them. They're too much.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I mean, you never know though. Like, what if they are doing it in a different way, and like some of them aren't?
Yeah, that's the thing. And that's the thing with a lot of the stories that I read is most of the aliens in them didn't seem like they were like what you would think would happen. Like they're trying to,
Yeah.
cut your brain out and shove a probe up your butt.
What if like they're just like, what's the thing that I'm trying to say? Like, what if they are just good people and like, or like good aliens? What if
Yeah.
there's bad aliens too? You know?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I said earlier, it only takes one of these stories being true, and that opens the door to something we've been saying all along. If there's good, there has to be bad.
I was about to say that too. Like, as above, so below, basically.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because I mean, if there's one intelligent race, who's to say there's not more?
Dude, I mean, think about it. We're only a speck in this life or universe, whatever you want to call it. Like, there has to be something else.
Exactly.
There always has to be something else. You're not telling me that you're whoever thinks like, and I'm not trying to like draw a debate or like get into it with everybody else, but like think about it. You're not the only thing here. Like, there's other shit here, like animals. You don't know how the fuck animals are. Like,
yeah, and like I said earlier, it's a mathematical impossibility that there's not aliens of some form.
yeah, there has to be something else to this life that we have.
Exactly. Now, on that note, I think that's about our time.
It's getting there, yeah.
So I say we start wrapping it up. What are your final thoughts?
Aliens are fucking real, man. I sound like that fucking hippie or some shit, like backwards crazy type guy. But no, aliens are real. I don't care what anybody else says. Like, I believe in what I believe. Like, you can believe in whatever you want to believe. I just have my thoughts. This is America, god damn it.
I think what I've learned today is that maybe aliens aren't as bad as what I thought they were to begin with.
Nah, probably some drunk teenage aliens being like, oh, let's go fuck some shit up.
Let's go fucking take this cow, dude.
Let's go take this fucking cow, watch
Right.
these guys flip the fuck out.
Right, dude. You know that would be hilarious. An aliens, a couple teenage aliens. Dude, let's go abduct a human. No, this is my dad's flying saucer. We can't do that.
All right. It's
We're
like,
gonna get human everywhere. He's gonna know. You know how bad they shed.
dude, imagine though. But yeah, it was a good story, good alien episode to kind of bring it back.
Oh yeah, not the craziest, but it's one that I think was fun.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna come back with like scary stories and shit like that.
Oh
We
yeah,
have
my one next week is very, very spooky.
I'm excited for that one. I thought we were gonna do that one today, but I like this alien one today.
I
It wasn't that
figured
bad.
I'd save it for you.
Yeah, let me get some more energy back. Get more enthusiastic with the next one.
Exactly.
But I did want to mention. I know I was talking to you about it. I've talked to some other people about it, but merch, maybe. I don't know. Let us know if you guys would be willing to do that.
Yeah, if you guys are interested in some merch from us, please let us know. That would be great.
Yeah. And any other stories that you guys want us to know? Like, I know I talked to my friend Armando Palafox. Shout out to you, baby.
Hey,
He's we're thinking about bringing him in to do some stuff for us.
that'd be cool. I'm always down.
Yeah, and then I want to shout out a couple people on this podcast. So Armando or Palafox was one of them, my little Mountain America guy. And I want to give a shout out to Luis Avila. If you
Hi,
guys,
Luis.
yeah, hey, what's up, baby? If any of you guys out there are looking for handyman services or want some remodeling done, hit my boy up. He's my cousin. He does some amazing work. I'll link his Instagram page so you guys can see his work. And I also want to shout out his wife, Nancy. She's a realtor here in Utah. So if you're looking to buy your new home or to get into a new home or whatever the case may be, I definitely 10 out of 10 recommend them. They're great people. They'll help you every step of the way. So if you guys need a new home or with the market kind of coming down, don't be afraid to send her a message. I think her Instagram is Nancy, your realtor. And I'll link it out or I'll shout her out on our social media so you guys can go and ask questions and pick her brain and try to get you into a new home. Yeah, anything else that you might want to partake?
I have nothing.
No. The last shout out is a shout out to Royalty Barbershops. This is not a sponsorship, but shout out to Royalty Barbershops with my boy Chucky. He's my barber. So if you're looking to get a nice fade, go over there. I think they're located on 33rd.
Chucky, I'm getting real close to needing a haircut, dude. Hit me up.
Yeah. But yeah, man, that's all I have for you guys today. And sorry if it's been a while. It's been like a week, but we're getting back on track. Just had some stuff happen. Shout out to my little boy Sammy.
Yeah, baby Sammy's finally here.
Papa misses you. I'm trying to go home already. But yeah, thank you to everyone that's been supporting. We've seen your guys' support on Spotify and
Oh, absolutely.
stuff like that. I just want to shout out that we are at 5,000 interactions. So
Woohoo!
keep bringing them numbers up, and we're going to keep bringing you guys some good content, some better content, and things like that.
All right. We will see you next week, everybody.
Peace out.